Call 1890 441068 or text for 30 cent on 087 787 1068.
Okay, Lynsey Dolan with you straight through until 11 o'clock this morning. Joining me live in studio with our Eco Spot now is Colm Griffin. Colm is with Purchase.ie. He joins me. How are you, Colm?
Great, Lynsey. Just fresh from the Ideal Homes show over the weekend. It was great. It was a great show, you know, in fairness. First time ever doing it, and there seemed to be a lot of interest in the products. Most people hadn't heard of most of them, so I think people got an education as well as everything else, you know.
But is it a case where people are starting to improve their properties now? They're starting to do more, put more in?
Well, I suppose ultimately people aren't really looking to buy new or whatever, so I suppose they're making the most of what they have, you know, and I suppose furnishing within, like, you know, that seems to be the thing. So I guess, yeah, there seem to be a lot of people in that situation that, you know, I suppose that they might have thought that they were going to upgrade their property after a few years, first time buyers and so forth, but they know now that they're just going to stay to where they're at, you know.
And are people going down the green route? Are people being more environmentally friendly when they do go to upgrade their properties?
Oh God, without doubt. I mean, people are very conscious of that now, and obviously there is grants available for certain things as well, you know. I mean, over the course of the weekend, some of the products I had, you know, people hadn't heard of them before, but they were very interested in them, I suppose, particularly things like the Showerdome. I suppose the Showerdome is what it basically is it's a ceiling for your shower unit, and it helps to completely eliminate steam from your bathroom. I suppose.
Good.
Yeah. Well, how it actually works, I suppose, what creates the steam in the first place is the cold air within the bathroom actually mixing with the warm air coming out of the shower head. So when you have the shower unit completely enclosed, there's no cold air coming in, so there's no steam whatsoever being created. So I suppose really what this ends up in, I mean, people's bathrooms tend to get destroyed from condensation, which leads to mold and mildew, which means the ceilings getting destroyed. And you know, there was a lot of husbands there in particular on about all the scrubbing they had to do in the bathroom, you know.
Smiley faces on the mirror afterwards.
Exactly, you know. But yeah, even simple things like that. I mean, when there was a few fellas in the house that said, "Oh, she's always in the shower, and then I go in and I have to shave," and you know, the messy mirror, you know. But this product actually completely eliminates that, you know.
Fantastic.
And it comes in 9 different sizes, so it can fit on basically any shower unit, you know, whether they're semicircular or they're square or rectangular or oblong, whatever, you know. There's a size to suit. On top of that, I mean, just I suppose even on an energy saving point of view,
don't worry, we've all done it at some stage. Let's leave the mobile phone on, and they know you're talking on the radio.
Oh, that's it, of course. That's it, of course.
I wonder, does he have the phone on? I'll just hear him.
Yeah, I've seen people do that on TV, and you know, I thought, God, I can't believe they've done that.
Yeah, but they do.
Here I am. Yeah, great.
There you are. You've been phoned live on.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out who it is. But anyways, was getting back to the Showerdome. Basically, as I was saying, even from an energy saving point of view, because the whole shower unit is enclosed, you actually won't be using, you don't have to run the water as hot, because there's no, the reason you have to run,
cold air isn't coming in.
No cold air is coming in, you know. So from that point of view, you'd be saving money as well, like, you know. Stuff, so there's a lot of practicalities about it, you know. Just from a redecoration point of view as well. I mean, you know, the amount of people at the weekend that said, "Oh God, the paint is peeling off every 2 or 3 months." You know, you see the paint peeling off, you know. So it's great from that point of view. Other products, I suppose, that went down a treat at the show were the chimney balloon. We actually sold out on the Saturday, would you believe it, of the chimney balloon. Very, very simple product. You put it up the flue of an unused chimney or rarely used chimney, and inflate it, and basically it stops the cold drafts going down, it stops the heat escaping up. It'll also actually eliminate the whistling noise that emanates from chimneys on a windy night, and it'll also, of course, stop soot and dust coming down and destroying your carpets and in your living room and your floors. Of course, when you do take down your chimney balloon, you will have to be prepared for a lot of soot and dust to come down, so you have your papers out and so forth.
But I mean, very important to know that this is for an unused fire. You don't go and light the fire.
Oh God, of course, yeah. Well, the way we actually sell the product, we actually sell it with an inflation tube, a 2-foot inflation tube. Otherwise, your head would be fairly black. They're actually impossible to install without the inflation tube anyway. But what we encourage people to do is actually leave the inflation tube hanging down into the fireplace, so that you'll remember that you have the balloon installed up there, or if you go away from it, do it for the weekend.
Very simple but effective idea of keeping your...
It is, I mean, I had all kinds of people at the show. Oh, I use newspapers, I use footballs, I use all this, that. I mean, the great thing about it is with the chimney balloon, I mean, it'll just shrivel up if somebody did actually light a fire,
but it would initially create a lot of smoke to come back into the room if it's not deflated.
It wouldn't really actually, no. I mean, just like... I suppose
corrected?
No, like... what basic would happen, I mean, it would burst and shrivel up. Like, I mean, there wouldn't be... I mean, it wouldn't actually cause... If you'd papers up the chimney, of course, the smoke would just come back down, like, But with a chimney balloon, it's a safer option from that point of view. But, we hope that it doesn't happen in your customers over the weekend. They'll all remember to
deflate.
To deflate.
But a great idea for people who don't use their fire now. That it wouldn't work well in my house because the fire is lit in the winter, and
of course,
love an open fire.
Yeah, well, I suppose even people that have an open fire during the summertime, they get the problem with soot and dust coming down, and from that point of view, a lot of them just put it up for the summer. Say my own mother down in Kerry now, she only lights a fire at Christmas time, the week of Christmas, so it'll come down at Christmas. But she's actually noticed a huge difference. Basically, it's estimated that you'd conserve about 30% more energy within that room just by installing a chimney balloon. The one thing I suppose that's key for people is that if they have a house that's built in the 70s or later, there's 99.9% chance that they've got a round shaped flue, and we basically got one size for that. If it's an older house, there's a little bit of a messing around that needs to be done. Basically, if you've got an older house, chances are pre-70s, it might be a square or rectangular shaped flue.
Sure.
If that's the case, you actually got to get the measuring tape out. Basically, about a foot up your chimney or your fireplace, the flue starts, measure side to side and front to back, and basically from that you'll be able to establish what size you'll need, So
it's very, very simple idea, but very effective at the same time.
Yeah, very effective. It really is, and as I say, we actually genuinely, we didn't bring enough stock, obviously, of it, but in these recessionary times, you won't complain about selling out of any product,
Absolutely not.
I just wish all products sold out at the weekend, but unfortunately that wasn't the case.
But the other thing you want to tell me about is the solar light panels.
Yeah, no, this is it was actually invented by a Donegal man. It's a solar powered address number lighting system, invented by a chap called Daniel Friel. He lives over in Brisbane in Australia now, and when Daniel initially moved over to Australia, he basically was working in building design, so he'd done a lot of house calls in the evening time, and he could never find where he was going to, he could never find the location that he was meant to find, because you can't see, without putting your nose up to the door in the housing estates, you can't actually see the address number.
Right.
So he came up with this concept. It's basically got a solar panel on the face of it, rechargeable batteries beneath, and basically it'll fit 3 to 4 numbers. In Ireland, obviously, there's very few estates that go into the thousands, but basically it illuminates at night time. You can see it from 30 metres away. Over in Australia, it's basically been supported and endorsed by a number of emergency service groups, because it basically helps them in times of a crisis to reach location a little bit faster. Very, very simple product, but very effective as well. And if you even look at it from an energy saving point of view, it generally would cost, if you say had a 100 watt bulb, as an outside light in your home. And if you had it on, say, on average of 8 hours a night for the year, that would actually cost you about €50. So with this product, I mean, you're eliminating the need to do that, in a sense, from an identification point of view, you know?
Yeah. The only time my outside light bulb goes on is if someone knocks on the front door. It's not something that's left on all the time.
Oh, well, you know, some people have the sensors, I suppose. Some people don't, you know. But, you know, there's obviously solutions for everything, you know.
Indeed, there is. Well, I mean, for if people want to get more information on some of these products, just give us your website there.
The website is just www.Purchase.ie, and we are running a discount for right to the end of the year, actually. If you insert the promotion code final 2010, final 2010, you automatically get a 10% discount. And anybody that spends €50 or more on the website between now and the end of the year gets free delivery anywhere in Ireland.
Excellent stuff. Well, pleasure to have you in studio with us.
Okay, sure. Till next week.
Colm, thank you